No audio. Try it again. No. No audio. Edit. No audio. Say something, Greg. Say something, Greg. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You're live. We're live. Hi, everybody. I'm just gonna go. Hello, James Brady. Hello, Anne Marie Young. Can't hear you, Greg. Are you muted or anything? Still no sound, Greg. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Greg's show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Greg's show. I guess Greg will be back in a minute. No sound, Greg. I guess Greg will be back in a minute. No sound, Greg.
Can you hear me?
I'm just gonna pull everybody up.
I can't hear you.
Yes.
I just had it running earlier.
I'm just gonna pull everybody up. Yes. Okay, Greg, we can hear you. Take it over.
We can't hear anybody else. You just said I can't hear anything.
Okay, Greg, we can hear you. Take it over.
How about now? No? You can hear him. You can hear me? You can hear me? I'm okay?
Yes. Yes.
I can't hear myself for some reason. But I'll just go ahead and talk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Learner Spirit. I'm Greg.
Yes.
I'm your host, and it's Friday night.
Yes.
And what's going on? What's going on is that we're having a little technical difficulty here for some.
Lost your audio again, Greg.
About now. About now. Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, we're going to start.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Okay, we're going to do it this way. You're going to have to speak up when we start.
Can you guys hear me?
Anyway,
Okay, we're gonna do
we
it
got
this
a
way.
nice crowd.
You're gonna have to start. Anyway, we're gonna do it.
I'm going to end up with an echo. Anyway, we were talking about photographs, and from photographs we go to PKC, Paranormal Kicks Cancer, and that's with Chris Gaskowski and Alex Wilkinson. They're two people that normally go ahead. They do a great job with. They do a great job with cancer research.
You
What
have
they
a
do
terrible
is
echo,
they
Greg.
go around and they do benefits, and they'll do haunted attractions. They'll set up benefits, and what they'll do is all the money that they get from there, they'll go ahead and use for cancer research. So that's that. And then we have the Jessica Petrie Foundation, and that's a resource for expecting mothers, families of pregnant and mentally ill women. And that's the three charities, and they're all great charities. You get a chance, look them up. And then from there, we go to authors, and real fast, we have authors I support, and you can find most of these on Amazon. First one is Heather Lee Langdon. Then you got Ron Iacovetti. You have Lynn Monet. You have Dr. Rebecca Foster. You have Bruce Holliday. You have Rex Nielsen. You have Tobias Wayland, Todd Bates, and I know I think I'm missing three more. But once I get back and I get everything squared away, we should be okay. So that's the end of that. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring my lovely guest in. And her name is Rebecca Yazinski, and she's a psychic medium, and hopefully I'll be able to hear her. So I'm going to have to put this back on, and if I have too much feedback, it's going to have to be on my end. Okay, let's add Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca.
How are you guys?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Can you just say something a little loud?
Hi everyone. Hello?
Thought I had it.
I think I'm missing three.
Okay, we're going to have to do it this way. Okay, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Okay, we're gonna have to do it this way.
Okay, okay, we're on a roll then. That's awesome. I apologize I was using this earlier tonight and everything was fine. And then it's going to go ahead and start feedback, so I can't
Well,
pay
it's gonna
any
be
attention to that.
frustrating, you know.
Anyway, you want to
trying.
give everybody a little idea of who you are and where you're from?
Okay. My name is Rebecca. I live in Connecticut. I am the founder of the Connecticut Psychic and Paranormal Investigators Response Team. I have my own YouTube channel. I've been on Greg and Reggie's show for a while, doing shows talking about paranormal and psychic experiences. I've been in Ghostwatch magazine here in Connecticut, talking about investigations that I've done and showing photos from my investigations. Growing up, I've always had abilities. I've had spirits communicate with me in dreams at a very young age. I'm able to see them psychically and communicate. I see a lot of things. I could feel spirits emotionally and things like that, and what they've been through in parts of my body. I like to help spirits cross over, and I work with a good friend of mine named Angela Bully. She's a psychic artist. She's also been on Greg and Reggie's show. I also have the ability to hear spirits, so it's a combination of different abilities, and I'm growing a lot of different ways. I also can smell things psychically from spirits. And so it's just a bunch of different things, and growing up having abilities is, not always easy because there's not a lot of people you could really talk to about it at times. And I think that when I found the paranormal, that, I grew even more, and that you find your home, the place that you feel more secure in, that makes it make sense, if that makes sense.
So what's your favorite component of your gifts that you love to use the most?
I love to basically, as in components. So I mean, I like to use whatever I'm picking up from, like, when they're showing me things that happen to them, and use it to help them find peace or crossover. Especially with what I'm smelling. And things like that. I think it's basically knowing in the end that you did the best you could.
Have you been doing anything recently that's really
Anything
sorry.
recently, you said?
Interesting.
As in investigations, or as in, I taught a couple of friends of mine the paranormal that wanted to know more about it and investigating.
Yeah, investigation.
So I took them to Stephanie over here in Connecticut, because they're new to it. So I wanted to take them to an area where it, was open, and I could teach them the ropes, the tools, and things like that. So we went there, and had some interesting communication and stuff like that. I believe it was Nathaniel Knapp, who is the one of the
Are
soldiers.
they brand new?
Huh?
Are they brand new people?
Yeah. One of the friends I was with felt like he was hugged, and then another friend of mine felt like she was being touched several times, and I believe it was Nathaniel Knapp, who's one of the soldiers in the cemetery, because he's famous for, like, touching and things like that. But I've caught a lot of different photos in that area, and being that I could also hear them.
How did you come about?
How did I what?
How
did I come?
I was going to say, how did you come about going ahead and taking these people out and actually getting them to understand what you were doing?
Oh, I explained about how you need, like, when you go out there, like, how you set up. Always go by your instincts and what you feel, because chances are that feeling that you have is going to be a good spot for you to do your setup. And I explained what the different tools are, the REM pods, what a REM pod is, what it does, what it means, and different things, different pieces of software that I use in the field, like Phasma Box, like a portal box, and and then showing them like the recorders and the ovilus, what an ovilus is, what that does, you know, all kinds of things like that, and how to take pictures properly, because a lot of people don't understand at times how to take pictures when they're out investigating. Everybody wants to shoot at the same time. And I said, if you're going to be out there investigating, keep in mind that if other people are shooting around you, you don't want to catch the light from their photo, because that could seem like you caught something and it's just a light from the camera. And you have to keep in mind that what you may think might be paranormal or psychic you could debunk it. So you always have to try to look at all angles of what you're receiving. So I explained that all to them, and that if there's an area where they feel drawn to, that we can go over there and investigate it, and things like that.
So you have been doing this for quite some time, right?
Yeah, over 2 years. And on my channel it shows, because a lot of the videos have different, you know, they have different times that I've done and stuff like that.
What's the part of your job as a paranormal investigator that makes you the most excited?
Makes me the most exciting? The fact that I guess it's also because of my connection to the spirit world, especially with my abilities, that they like my energy because they know I understand them. And they know that when I come to them and I'm communicating, that I'm coming with a lot of respect. And that I'm understanding them. And it's basically going to these places where I'm picking up these feelings and this energy and everything else. And, you know, I've studied it, the area and whatever, and I get to go to even a lot of these places that I knew before with the history, and be a part of it, and be a part of something that you learned and something that you're doing. You know, spirits have talked to me a lot about history, and when I go in the ink box, they said to me one day, you know, about history, and I said, well, you know, there's a lot that history forgot, and it's nice because when we work with you guys get to tell us about your history and the things you experience. And then they said definitely. So I guess it's just the fact that we're always learning, but even in our past lives, we had a lot to learn, but even the spirits that we're working with, they can teach us a lot about ourselves and things that we need to learn and things that we're experiencing. And maybe a certain spirit might need that message. So that could be a message in itself. But I think also being a paranormal investigator, it's not just about the journey itself. You know, I feel like it builds you. You know, there's a lot out there to learn and experience and things like that, and teach people, because a lot of people are very interested in it, and there's a lot to it than what we see on TV, and what we see on TV is not all 100% true.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have that my phone on, because otherwise I can't hear anything and it's going to screw. There's a little feedback. that's about all there is, and I apologize. It's not like me to have anything like this happen, but tonight, for some reason, somebody's sending me a message about something. What do you think it is, Becca?
We're gonna get rich.
We're gonna get rich?
Yep. Time to move some.
I hope it's something like that. I know there's it's for a Friday night, and go ahead.
I'd be like, all right, time to quit my 2 jobs. Now I could just move somewhere nice and, be out near the water. If I got rich, oh my God.
You're gonna be near the water. That's what I'm trying to do right now, is get everything finished on my rig, because I should be on the water already. I should have been on the water 2 weeks ago, but I'm not. And now I've got so much going on between now and next week. Being we got a wedding in Michigan that we're going to tomorrow, and then we're coming home, and then Wednesday I leave to go to San Antonio. So that'll be a lot of fun. So
I told Reggie I'd carry his
that's
gear
about
for him.
the extent of that. But you've always been an amazing person when it comes to you're very how can you say, you're not really boisterous. When you talk with command. You know what you're talking about. And if there's anybody that has any questions, just turn down the volume. That's what I did before. Then I don't hear anything. There's something going on. I don't know what it is. It's one of those things, somebody went ahead and did a kapadooey on me. Is the only thing I can say.
I mean, I can definitely hear you better than, before. That's for sure.
Okay, well, that's good. And that's all that counts, is if everybody can hear a little delay or a little screw up, it's not going to be here next time I come on. I can promise everybody that. I'm not going to do a Wednesday night show. I may do a Tuesday night show if Reggie hasn't left yet. But we're all going to be gone, so. So real fast, I better go ahead and make a point of saying hello to all these lovely people without going ahead and getting myself in trouble. We got James Brady, we got Carol Garcia, we got Anne Marie Young, we have James Brady, we have Tracy Rizzo. She's the lady tonight. We have Lynn Morrison. We said Anne Marie Young.
You did a pretty cool background or backdrop.
We had Don Corleone was in here. Well, what else do we have? Barbara Woodbury Spear, Kimmy Corpse. I hope I didn't miss anybody.
Hi, Barb.
And Pam Harris. Good to see all you people.
Hi, Pam.
Great to have you on. Anyway, if you were in a little late here, this is Rebecca Yazinski, and she's from Connecticut. She's a psychic medium, and I wanted to have her on. I didn't want to have her on this way with this issue, but I got to go ahead and handle it the way I do, and I promise you we will go ahead and we will do another one. Oh, wait, let me see what he says. He wants me to mime Okay, the ends of that. So anyway, what are your plans for this year? Do you have any big plans in the paranormal
Any
for
plans?
this year?
Not huge ones. I mean, like continue investigating and working a lot, and maybe go somewhere nice state. I did want to plan on going to Ohio to visiting my friend there, but I don't know. I didn't really plan anything major this year. Maybe I'll go Bigfoot hunting with you guys.
Oh, are you going to do something around Halloween in that?
Potentially. I like Halloween. Usually I do something with Zuriana on Halloween.
I know there's a lot of great, you're in an area with a lot of great people.
Yeah, maybe there's something I don't know about.
Yeah,
Like,
Zuriana is one.
you know,
She's always,
I mean, I know a lot of people in this area, especially
yeah,
Connecticut.
that's,
You know,
when you think about everything that's been going on in the world, it's great to be able to take yourself and put yourself back into your world. You know what I mean? You know, compared to having to go ahead and turn on CNN and watch that, because that's just very disappointing. And I know we had the downloads last week, and that could be one of the reasons why I'm having an issue too here tonight. I know last night I was having an issue with my headphones, and I thought I had them fixed. And I went ahead and I had to change the end of the wire, you know. I don't know if I can, you know, that little end down there. So I just pressed it a little bit and went to stick it back in the headphones. And the connection inside the headphones is no longer there. So I got a good pair of headphones. These are gamers. And the other ones are gone now. So I'm going to have to call them up and see if they can repair them. And we'll take it from there. But you have any top places, say your top 3 places that you would love to go to investigate?
Yeah, there's a lighthouse in Connecticut. It's supposed to be haunted. Dudleytown. And Charles Island.
It's a tunnel, you said?
Dudleytown.
It's a tunnel, you said?
You said a little louder.
Dudleytown.
Dudleytown?
Mhm.
Is that like a village that is totally empty now?
Yep, it's a cursed part of Connecticut that is haunted.
Sorry, Joanne. Yeah, that's what I tried to do before, but when I turned down the volume, then I can't hear anything. Oh, you're saying I don't have any volume up here right now at all. The only volume I have is on my phone. And that's how I'm doing this. Otherwise, I wasn't going to be able to do this at all tonight. So I once again, I apologize to you people, and I hope you can handle the lag. But that's the way it is tonight. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. Sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't.
What happened to the two nuts
So,
walking across the street?
it's good to make fun when you have issues like this, and it helps because, it's not our intention to do anything like this to any of these great people in this room, especially when I have a lovely guest like you on, Rebecca. And
I
that's
appreciate
the
that.
important part is, so we're gonna do this again too, okay? And the next time we'll have all the bells and whistles.
Thank
And
you.
we'll be sure to go ahead and knock it out of the park. But I have these people take care of me so that when they hear something wrong, they tell me. They don't let me sit. So that's the good part. But anyway, you are a member of the Psychics Unite group. Is there anything that you gained by being in that group?
I find that there's a lot of information that we all kind of share together, and sometimes we don't know, like, certain things, like we talk about astral travel, we talk about different topics. I know Linda Judd is really, like, good at helping with different ideas from experiences that she's had, and from studying with Sylvia Brown and things like that, and she has a lot of interesting knowledge to share from her experiences and some of the other people in the group. I think that we all kind of just help each other, so it helps in some ways in that way, and I think that's what we gain. I mean, we also gain a good friendship. It's good to know that you have good friends in the community that are there to just, like, talk to you and who can help you out.
I know that, with all the people that have been around over the years, that there's certain people that are always really good at explaining things. And when we're in this particular, I would say I won't have a particular gift, that there's a lot of people that can explain it better than other people can. And that's what's really, really great about it, is the fact that we do have people like Linda Judd that can go ahead and, they could give you the one eye that wasn't dotted, okay, that would complete a thought. And she would be the one to know that. I mean, Angela Bully is the same way. Angela is very, very good that way too. And I think they're the mainstays, not that, everybody else that's in the group doesn't count. It's just that if you come up with something unusual or something that needs to have attention to it to emphasize a point, that they are two of the people that can do that for you. And Angela's, she's so busy with her paintings too.
Yeah,
so you got all that going on. So
she's
you
a good mentor,
work. How long do you work?
How long do I work? I work 2 jobs, so my hours are all over the place. I usually get like 1 day off a week.
A little crazy.
Yeah. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I always
Who's that?
what's that? So I keep hearing a ringing.
Yeah, that's the big thing still. It's still happening. But, so it's a Friday night. So on a Friday night, what do you normally do?
Mostly work. I usually come home at different times at night, or if I'm not working, I'll either watch some of my shows on Roku or do some Inkbox sessions. Do some reading, stuff like that. Go on GhostTube, talk to Angela.
What's your favorite show on Roku?
I watch a lot of House, but I watch a lot of different things. I like a lot of stand-up comedy and different things like that. One of my favorite stand-up comedians is Jim Gaffigan.
Did you ever watch Kimmy Corpse?
Yeah. We were friends a long time ago when I appeared on her show with Azariana on Best Friends Paranormal.
Did you guys do a dish?
No. I just basically, it was mainly Kimmy and Debbie that were always doing a show doing the cooking, and I used to watch, and then they would do like a card thing where they're like,
Okay.
do you want a card reading? And then I'd usually say, okay, I'm in the show. And then after a while, she's like, I haven't seen you on there. And I tried to explain to her and to some of them that it's hard for me because I work a lot. And now I'm working even more with the 2 jobs. So I try my best to, get back in the groove a little bit. And, get back in these lives and stuff like that around the times.
Oh. The Wraith is in the room. Anthony's here. Hello, Anthony. Good to have you. Glad you're here. You'll be able to see me screw up because I don't have any sound.
Hi, Ray.
That's the last time I'm going to say I'm sorry for the night. But it's. Do you have any favorite paranormal books that you read?
I have some Hans Holzer ones. I have a book over there that's forwarded by Lorraine Warren. And it talks about haunted Connecticut. But I have a bunch of different books. I have Zach Bagan's book that he wrote. I have one that, oh my god, I can't even think right now. The name, but I have quite a few different ones. Paranormal Files is a good one too. I have that one too. It talks about all the different areas that are haunted in all the different states. Like it also talks about the White House and the spirits in the White House and all the different areas.
I'm gonna tell Brandon in case we're gonna stay on for about maybe 10 or 15 minutes longer. Just because we lost some valuable time in the beginning tonight, so I want to make sure that we cover it. Uh, have you read anything from Bruce Holiday or Ron Yacovetti or anything like that?
No.
Do you have any ITC books?
ITC books?
Instrumental
No,
transcommunication.
I know what it is, but I'm just
Well,
like,
we
I
do.
never knew that there was. No,
Huh?
I don't have a book on that. I know how to do it and stuff like that, but
This will be like a plug. This is like a plug for Bruce,
oh,
but that's Bruce's first book, and this is like a Bible. And he has two books, and the other one was what if the spirits would have spoken.
oh, trust
And
me, they do a lot of talking. You know this too
it's
because you
really neat to
too.
the extent. Have you getting too much feedback?
As in, when I get the messages back.
No, I'm saying on the books.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying on the books.
There's a whole bunch of. Have you ever, you know who Hans Holzer was?
Yeah, I have one of his books.
Okay,
Actually.
have you ever had any of his books?
Yeah, I have one of them.
One of his New Testaments, maybe? One of the ones that's thick as a brick?
Hmm?
My phone just went out. Excuse me. Oh, this is great. The only other thing that could possibly happen is happening. Please. Excuse me just one moment. Please, just come back on. I have to wait for a minute and see what happens with it. Hopefully it'll come back. So this is one of the things that happens occasionally that drives you absolutely out of your mind.
Yeah, when you're trying to figure things out, and
I can't believe this.
frustrating.
You know, what I'm doing now is the fact that I thought I had the phone plugged in. I did, but then I had taken that cord out and not replaced it. So now I'm sitting here. I apologize for the delay.
That's all right.
Another this is disappointing. Got a bunch of guys doing a lot of experiments and everything tonight.
A lot of guys.
I'm going to call your phone, Becca.
Okay.
I'll try this. Your phone's going to ring now.
Hello?
You have your phone, or are you on your phone?
Yes.
That ain't going to work. Thought we had it, but we don't. I'm going to go ahead and try to find the page.
Okay.
And once we find the page, should do it.
Rebecca, what part of the States do you live in? I
There's
live
been
in
people going
Connecticut.
back and forth, and that's not doing any good. But I'm going to try to do this.
Surprising. I guess there were tons of surprising moments. Lots of different investigations I've done.
See, it won't let me into that other one because of I wish that would have worked. That's not working. But This is like dead time. This is where you lose people. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. Where'd she go?
Hello?
Greg, can you hear me?
Hello? Hello?
Rebecca,
We're
you
gonna probably have to go ahead and carry this on a little later on. There she is. I don't know. We're gonna do another 10 minutes if that's okay, Brandon. I can't hear anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and ask her questions, and then when you get done with the answer, just do a thumbs up, Beck. How about that? So I'm sorry once again for this. I thought I had it solved, and I did until I ran out of juice, and now I don't have any juice at all. So you have a group, and you guys do cemeteries, correct?
Lots of different areas, but yeah, there are some cemeteries.
How old is the cemetery that you would like to do?
Several years old. It was Lorraine Warren's favorite cemetery. That's why she chose to be buried in it. And it's like I want to say 17, maybe 1900s. I can't remember the exact year, but it's very old.
I know that you have an ink box S. Does that help you at the cemetery a lot? Do you use
I
it
usually
there?
use the ink box separately. Like I'll use it on my own time or whatever. But I use the other spirit boxes when I'm investigating or Phasma box.
I'm curious how that affects, because a lot of times when they see bigger items, if I was a spirit, I'd get a little confused,
Okay, why am I not
to say the least. But it's crazy to that respect that when you use things like that. My eyes were all screwed up. When you use things like that, it's hard to change because you have a tendency to really enjoy something, and you don't want to change it at all. And that's usually the one that works all the time. Do you have a favorite recorder that you use with it, or do you use that period?
I have my like Sony one that's pretty good, or my black one that I have that's used for ITC recording.
I know. So if you go out to that cemetery, you carry what, 3 pieces of equipment?
I usually carry my backpack. Put my tools in my backpack.
All these people that are sitting here going ahead and saying, "What's going on?" That's me, because I can't figure out what's going on.
I mean, I've gotten
Brandon says
spirits
I'm still
you know.
trying to fix things. I don't know what happened, but that's okay. He says, "Okay, we got it now." We did. Not on my end. I'm still not. I
Hey,
don't know if you
Greg.
can hear me now or not.
Greg, can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Well, it's things like this that makes your night interesting. That's for darn sure. So when you talk about movies, do you go to any spooky movies?
Yeah, I like lots of different horror movies and things like that.
What's the best movie that you've seen lately?
Probably Pray to the Devil, which is about demonic possession, and then Insidious, the newest one.
And it's something that I don't go to a lot of them, but when I do, I try to go ahead. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me? I go to a lot. I try to usually keep it in the subject matter that I like. So I was just curious on that end. And you eat a lot of popcorn when you go to the movies?
Well, every so often I'll
No.
have popcorn, but
What's your favorite movie food?
I mean, I usually get popcorn when I go to movies if
Oh, that's pretty crazy.
I haven't been to the actual
You know what?
movies in a while.
I'd like to go ahead and get this thing squared away and get this going. And I was thinking maybe it had something to do with StreamYard, that I hit the wrong button or something. But that, it's got the.
I think a lot of days nowadays, a lot of people mostly stream. You know what I mean? Especially with movies.
This is really frustrating, Becca.
I know.
But we'll get through it one way or the other. We're almost done anyway. We got a couple more minutes, and I think maybe it's got something to do with StreamYard. I don't know if maybe I hit a wrong button or something, Brandon, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, if it wasn't for my producer, I think I'd be out of luck tonight. Between him and we got Tracy in the room, and she's here to moderate. So that's always good to know, and it's always good to have somebody moderate. So you and Adriana do quite a bit together, correct?
Yep.
And I know she's busy now, but when she becomes unbusy, what is the first thing you guys are going to do together?
She wanted to go out to St. Peter's. I think it's St. Peter's Cemetery and investigate. So she's trying to see if we can go out there. And I kind of want to do an investigation again over at Trinity Church in Brooklyn, Connecticut. Because I had a very paranormal experience over there. There's a lot to it. There's a legend of dogs that, like ghost dogs that you'll hear. And so when I used my software with Phasmabox, I heard ghost dogs. Me and her heard that. And then there's a spirit of a slave. There's history of the underground tunnels from the Underground Railroad in that area because it's a very historic area where the Underground Railroad was.
On here, everybody
And
else.
so the spirit of the slave was communicating with us, and I could hear a lot of the spirits in that area. There's also the one of the killers, serial killers in that area, and there are quite a few. He
I thought
dumped
I'd be able
bodies
to
in that
end it,
cemetery,
at least come close to ending it with some noise, some sound, so I could at least hear what was going on.
Yeah.
Yes, we will end the show then. Brandon's saying end the show, and then that we can come back on. I apologize once again to everybody in the audience, everybody in the comments section, and to my guest, Rebecca, for having this issue. We will do it again, and we will have it right the next time. And I apologize for everything. And to all you people in the audience, thank you for being here tonight. It's a pleasure having you. I apologize. And here's to having you around the next time. Hopefully, and without further ado, it's been wonderful, Becca. Thank you for being on.
You're welcome.
And that's going to be it.